Good morning folks, and welcome back to the track. It's been a long time, hasn't it, since I've uploaded any videos on my Scalextric and slot car stuff. That's partly because I've got a YouTube channel covering motorbikes as well, so I've been spending time with that, and things have been pretty busy over the Christmas and New Year period. And yeah, we've had some changes. Things have been happening. I've had to basically share my office space with one of my family members now. So the size of the track, or the space allocated to the track, has had to be reduced because I'm having to now share the space. So what I've had to do is reduce the size of the space I've allocated to the track. But what I've tried to do is, although I've reduced the space, I've actually managed to pretty well keep as much of the original track still in the layout. So I've retained nearly all of the track in a reduced space. So I'm going to show you now what the new layout is, but have a look yourself, see what you think. And I have got a bit of a surprise coming because I've also invited slot car expert Gary Skip over to have a look as well. Here is the new track layout. It's now done on just two boards, each one being 2 meters long and approximately 1 meter wide. Now, in order to keep the layout with as much track from the old layout as I could, I did have to build a bridge. And I accept that this is not the ideal scenario. Most professional tracks, and this is not a professional track, do not have bridges. So fair enough. But to be honest with you, I really like it. I don't think I've really lost a lot. In fact, in terms of the total amount of track, I've hardly lost anything, because the actual pieces of track that I've got left over from the old layout, even though it was an L-shaped one, are very, very few and far between. I've hardly lost any track at all. So, and I've still managed to retain most of the traditional corners and straights that I had before. So I'm going to take you around the track so you can see how it compares to the track I had before, and hopefully you'll see that I've retained most of the original layout in as much as I can, still using the Arc 1 controller. Everything's still the same in terms of the actual track I'm using. Still a really long straight of almost 4 meters long. There we go, that's the Granger straight. The ditch slot carousel, where it goes into, still the same as it was before, pretty well identical. So you go into the ditch slot carousel. Now, striker corner has become striker chicane now, because we had striker corner as part of an L-shaped track, and now we don't have that anymore. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to leave striker corner but turn it into striker chicane, and then we need to come up with a name for the bridge. So yeah, if anyone's got any good suggestions for a name for the bridge, let me know. I've got to make some additional bridge supports to go under here just to strengthen it a bit, so I'll make some very fine bridge supports. So we go over the bridge, and then we go into the traditional no limits 180 that was there before, but now it's a much tighter 180. So it comes on this inside here where the track really tightens up. Okay, so very tight 180, that one on the no limits 180, and then it goes back down and into another, as you can see, another 180. So it comes around the 180 again, so it sort of double backs on itself, as you can see, and then it goes back up and round and back to the start again. There you go, and then it's back down the straight. So all in all, I'm actually quite pleased with this circuit. I really like it because it's much easier now to dismantle, because I now only have 2 boards to pack away instead of 3. So I can basically dismantle this in about 10 minutes. The only problem I have at the moment, not really a major problem, is where to put the lap timer, because usually of course you would put the lap timer sort of here, but I can't put it there anymore because, as you can see, we've got a double width of track, so there's nowhere for the lap timer to go because it's a bridge timer, so we can't put it there. So what I'm going to have to do is put it somewhere here, but it's not a problem because the lap timer doesn't start counting laps until the car actually goes through the gate, so it's still going to be the same. It's not going to make any difference to the way it times the laps. So I'm going to set it up and do a lap timer run for it. But the other thing I'm going to do is invite slot car expert Gary Skip round to see what he thinks of it and make his judgment on it, and maybe put him on the track as well and see how fast he can set a lap time, because I'll be really interested to see how he gets on and maybe set a base lap time just to see how much of a time it takes compared to the old layout. I think it will take longer personally because there are more sort of corners in it. So yeah, we'll get it set up and see how it runs. So what do you think, Gary?
I think it looks good. You've got a good length straight.
Yeah.
And you've done the thing that nobody else ever does.
Right.
Which is your turn 1 here.
Yes.
Is not a 90 or 180 degree corner.
Right.
Because a lot of people, to maximise the space, they'll go right to the corner of their board.
Yes.
And it makes a lot of layouts look the same.
Right.
But because you've got this little kink here, it's 45 degree bend, you're going to have a nice fast corner after your main straight.
Excellent.
And I don't know if that's my mistake or design.
Yeah, it's to be honest, it is sort of by design, yes, because I wanted it to move I wanted it to flow into the corner. So yeah, that's actually, and it's, of course, it is still the dip slot carousel as it was before, because that was the shape it was before.
Right.
So I've left the dip slot. It's just the same corner. It's exactly the same corner. Of course, this is the slight problem. Striker corner now is a chicane, effectively, so it's not really a corner anymore, but I've still got the Granger straight, 4 metres long down there, which is quite good. And of course now I realise this is a controversial point, the bridge, so yeah. But it does, we'll give it a quick test and see what it's like. And actually I'd like you to do a bit of a test if you can. You can test it and set a lap time.
No problem.
Yeah, and just see what you think using the good old Lambo that we've spent time doing. And yeah, Disco Corner still there, Rockingham Cut still there, No Limits 180. But the Low Limits 180 is much tighter now. So yeah, so there you go. And we're still using the Carrera lap timer.
Okay.
So yeah, what do you think then? Do you think it'll?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
Right, okay. Well, what we'll do, we'll set it up, we'll have a coffee, we'll set it up and see how fast we can go around this track, this new track. But I like it, I really do. I'm quite, when I put it together this morning, I thought, you know what, this is good. Have a practice, see what you think. That's where it catches you out. I did that as well, I did exactly the same thing. See, that's running pretty smooth, isn't it? It seems to be, that's just catching me out now, trying to keep up with it. It's quite hard to film now. I keep going to film it coming down the straight, and of course it doesn't, it loops backwards.
You ready?
Yep. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to go 10 laps. First time it's been done on this new layout. How is it going to go? and he's off. Up, over the new bridge, down into the 180, carousel, down going just straight. Do the carousel, up over the new bridge, 180 again. Very technical track this, and harder to film, I might add. Much harder to film. Over the bridge, doing well. Got to be careful here, because when you get over that bridge, it's so easy to go sliding off the track. We were testing it earlier. Very easy to lose control of the car. But he's doing well. Beautiful, down the straight again, up over the bridge. Really 180 and back down the Granger straight. Beautiful. This is how you do it. This is how it's done. Down the Granger straight. Beautiful. Over the bridge again. Keeping it steady on that bridge. Got to be careful to get off the throttle as soon as it gets to the peak of the bridge. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Down the Granger. There we are, he's done it. Now, this has got to be slower. Got to be slower than the old track, I reckon. Well, let's find out. For the first time, we have got a lap time that has been set. So it is 1 minute 4.38 for the total lap time. So 1 minute 4.38 to do 10 laps, and I think we can get an actual individual best lap time as well. So the best lap speed was 6.32 seconds. That's a lot slower, isn't it? That's 2 seconds, I reckon. It's locked almost a whole 2 seconds off the old layout. So this is the thing, that although this layout is smaller in space, it's actually much harder to do. So there you go. So we have got a new lap set. I'm going to try and beat it, but I'll have no chance. We have the very first new track lap time ever set, and it's been done by the expert. So I'm going to have a go at setting a lap time to see if I'm any good at this. I don't know whether I'll do this. It's the first time I'll do it. It's quite exciting, actually. Here we go. And we're off. Down the Granger, bit slot, over the hill, back round. Obviously I'm going slow because there we go, which I'm really nervous about. About coming off the track. It's so smooth, this Lambo, it seems to run on anything. But you've got to be careful as you come over that bridge, because it doesn't brake at all. It just goes literally into the bend. Oh, come on. I don't think I'm doing too badly. I got a bit stuck on the old no limits there. Carefully through the discus corner. Through the 180. Trying not to come off the track. That's it, I've done it! I've done it! So here's the question, let's bring the car in. How does that compare to the professional? What was yours, Gary? 104. There's my lap. 108.64. So I've set a lap time 108.64 and 6.48. Actually, the individual lap time was pretty fast, wasn't it? That was actually not a bad. So my fastest lap was near enough on par with your fastest lap.
Yeah,
Gary's filming at the moment. But overall I was slower, and that's because I was scared about going into the corner. So there we go, good, fantastic. We now have an initial lap time set for the track.